What's up, guys? I'm Taylor.
Joe, right here.
Me, Joe. You, Taylor. This show.
Me, Hungy. He, Taylor. He ate my egg roll.
I did eat your egg roll. That's not euphemism. We had chips. Yeah, we had egg rolls. I'm all fluttered.
Now it's an R-rated show because of that one word.
Sorry, guys. Welcome to the We Tell You Show, the R-rated show. It's Friday. It's Casual Friday. It is every day. And as you can tell, we are on week 2 of wearing this jacket because I'm wearing a green shirt I can't wear because I'll float the heads.
This shirt says reckless because that's how I treat things when I'm working on my house. Reckless.
House talk.
Try
to scoot in there. I saw you. I saw you.
Let me in.
Talk about houses. Nope. Negativo. So I just wanted to bring up something. We've been mentioning a friend, a Uber Lyft driver, past every so often.
Who owns a 4K TV?
Oh yeah, that's our last week's 4K TV winner was Joe's roommate. But this gentleman also does live in Uber, and he recently had an incident, which with some incidents have come into play, where a gentleman decided to reverse engineer his food and have it come up everywhere in his car and back seat. Now, I don't understand that. I don't understand why or what you would do, or what makes you think it's okay to throw up in somebody's car. And it wasn't like they offered to clean up or to pay. They said, "Oh, sorry," and it was like a shit tip. And I said, "Fuck, I might as well say shit too."
I have
So you have an update on this story?
No, I mean, well, okay, they paid him. Like they gave him a service charge.
The Uber or
Lyft or whoever. I mean, whatever.
The company.
I think it was Uber. They gave him like a cleanup fee or whatever.
But it wasn't so much the people though, right?
Yeah, they lowered the cleanup fee from a certain price to a different price. I think Uber might charge them. I have no idea really how that works. But okay, well, so what happened was they threw up in the car, cleaned everything up, and he reported it after, and they gave him like $100 or whatever for a cleanup fee. And I don't know if that's how much he would have made by driving people around that night or how they gauge it, but technically he had to clean the car. He lost his wages from that night because he had to stop servicing people. The car smelled, things like that, right?
Yes.
But I talk all the time. I did a show on this about finances, money, preventative maintenance, things that'll happen.
Yes.
What are the unknown knowns, Taylor?
Things that will happen, but you don't know when will happen.
So if you have a side hustle, it goes all around. It's all encompassing right there. If you have a side hustle, this show. If you have preventative maintenance and financing, that show.
Those shows haven't gone up yet.
If they're coming up over there.
Coming up.
So it all comes around. So whenever you're watching this and you go, I should have saw this episode before I started my side hustle.
Yes.
If you have a side hustle and your side hustle is Uber or Lyft, and sooner or later, what's going to happen?
You get a little vomit.
Someone's going to throw up in your car. It's a guarantee. Someone's going to throw up in your car. You've heard about it.
It's like a rite of passage for Uber and Lyft.
To happen. So I have an idea of how you can prevent that from happening.
Don't drive Uber or Lyft.
I mean, that's good. But, I mean, if you need the side hustle or you need the money.
Yes.
This is a great idea. Just put, like, painter's plastic down, right?
Painter's plastic?
Painter's plastic. It's
Where
like it's at like Home Depot or like whatever they sell hardware stuff, right? So put the painter's plastic down. Get the lighter one. There's like a 5 mil, 2 mil, whatever. Get the one that doesn't make the crunchy, crazy sounds and doesn't feel like you're sitting on
grandma's seats.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So get that, put it down.
Gotcha.
Tape it down with painter's tape.
Okay.
Right? You know, the blue tape or the masking tape or whatever.
Yes.
And then over it, put car seat covers. You can get car seat covers like, I was itchy today. Okay. You get
I don't know.
You get car seat covers.
Blame me for this.
I'm so dry because I don't take a shower except before the shows.
Oh, Jesus. That's so gross.
So if you get these car seat covers, I go on eBay and you see them. Like there's car seat covers like $30. You get a whole set of them. I don't know how it works. I don't understand. It comes from overseas. Let's just assume that it's made in mysterious ways that we'll never understand, and that's why they get it for so cheap. However, $30, get the car seat covers, put it in your car, and then when somebody vomits in your car, They hit the car seat cover first, and if it soaks through, it gets under to the plastic. What do we talk about in Joe Tells You? Preventative maintenance and planning.
Yes.
The best way to save money. If you spend an extra 20, 30 minutes prepping your car for a throw-up incident, you're going to be like, why am I putting this money and time into it? But when it happens, it's going to pay off big. You know why?
Why?
Because you're going to throw that crap away. You're going to put it back on again. You're still going to get the cleanup fee. You're still going to get the cleanup fee, right? And then you're going to be able to go out and drive sooner because you did that preventive maintenance. Right there. I'm going to throw more microphones and phones down.
Now, what if they throw up and does that seat also cover the back of the passenger and driver's seat? Because what if they projectile in front instead of going down? They throw.
I think you have to take pictures of it and show them how bad it is. And...
I'm saying though, but would what you're telling us also cover the passenger and the driver's seat as well? The actual like the seat, or just the back seat only?
I would cover as much as you think that someone can throw up as possible.
Test it out.
I would cover up all the carpeted areas. Cover them all up. Why not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Big bubble. Driving the bubble.
Dude, it's just...
But I'm saying, but it's all stemmed from what would you... Have you ever been... Okay, we've all been... That's it. Actually, no, I lied because I did that when we went to Havasu. I threw up in the back seat of the truck. And I had to clean... I threw up in the back seat.
What was this?
We were all kind of wasted. We didn't know. But I threw up in the back seat of a truck, and
Havasu.
That's Havasu.
And
shout out to Havasu. Yeah, I threw it back of a truck. There was it was a piece of a cardboard I had. I was trying to catch it all in the cardboard, but it splattered everywhere. And so the next day after I woke up with a horrible hangover, I actually went through and cleaned this truck. It wasn't that bad. But
I would have never cleaned this truck.
I know you wouldn't have, but you're not a nice person.
I would have just said, look, it's not my truck. Uber will pay you these fees.
He doesn't admit it yet.
He wasn't admitted yet. Uber or Lyft will pay you some of these fees.
No, but I was going to say, how could someone be so insensitive when they can throw up, they throw up whatever. But granted, I was a lot younger. I was about 21, but I was a lot younger when this happened. But these gentlemen were businessmen who, full suits, what have you. You would think that they'd have some more common sense and some decency. And only one threw up. There was two other in the car, and the other two weren't as drunk or maybe a little buzzed, but they were able to converse, smoothly without having any issues. Just I understand. I understand why would you do that? Why would you get so drunk? It's almost like you say I'm gonna get an Uber, I'm gonna get a Lyft, so it's my excuse to drink more till I get plastered, as blacked out drunk.
It's a great excuse. I'd totally use it. But.
And then it goes from a great excuse to inconsiderate to now you ruin somebody else's day.
It's like a diversion of responsibility, right? It's like if somebody slaps a company name on something, they automatically think that there's no person involved or no personal attachment to it. So if you slap an Uber sticker or something on someone's car, they don't care because they go, oh, well, the company will pay them for it. Well, you don't know that, actually. You don't know if they're going to pay them for it. You don't know if you did more damage than they're going to get reimbursed for, and you don't know how you're ruining that person's night. But those are considerate things for considerate people. When I was in my early 20s, I wasn't very considerate.
No, I was there.
Yeah, he was there. He saw it.
He wasn't at all.
So I could totally say that happened to me. In fact, I did that a lot, though. But I was courteous enough, though, like to put my head out the window. What happened to that? What happened to putting your head out the window?
What are we, dogs?
Are we past?
No,
are we past these times? Like, what happened in our lives?
Yeah, there was no reason why the gentleman couldn't put us out the window and throw up on the side of the car. You can still, side of a car is easy enough. You can go through a car wash and clean off, and with that, you can still drive through the rest of the night and be okay. But it's not like it's. I don't understand. It's just you're throwing up, and you can feel it. And you could say, I feel I'm going to get sick, I'm going to throw up, something. But just, I don't know. I understand. I can't, being at that age, or my current age, and being in somebody's car, even being drunk, if I had to throw up, I'd tell them. I would say, I'm going to be sick. I'm sick, whatever. But I guess also what you can do, you can have plastic bags in your back seat or something, I guess, just to see if...
I mean, I have plastic bags. 9 cent store is great. They have these tissues that go in your visor. It's got
Yes.
tissues over there all the time. Amazing.
I have those in my car.
3 packs
My wife
for
bought those
$1.
because she shops there too.
She's thinking.
Thinking. And she married me. She wasn't thinking then. But I got her. Yanked her.
Was that on one of those drunk Cooper nights?
Yes. She was driver.
I ordered an Uber because I knew what happens when I order an Uber.
Woke up married.
She drinks way too much tequila.
Yes. Yes, she's a vodka lady. And tequila.
Do we have real questions this week?
No, that was my thing, really. What was your question? I gave one. Joe, what is your insight for this week?
I had a really good.
I have one for next week.
Yeah.
Next week's going to be really diversive and actually going to be a hard hitting question, and it's going to be a thinker and a kind of a.
I had a house question.
Okay. Joe, I'll give you one because we haven't had one in a while. Please give me your house question.
The question was, it came from a gentleman who is trying to evict a roommate.
Is this an eviction due to being a bad person, or dropping pens on the table during recordings?
Basically,
or what
had happened was they were trying to. Basically, the person was kind of weird in the head, like they didn't know.
This is not making the person look good. And
I always ask if the person was weird in the head before he moved in, and they say no, it wasn't weird in the head, whatever. But they were asking me, how do I evict a person and we don't have a lease? Now, here's preventative maintenance. You hear all these stories about evicting people, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can evict people all the time. You can evict them for all the time for almost any reason, and it's not very difficult. The only difficult problem is when you don't have a lease. Now, you hear about squatters all the time going in the house. The squatter will make up a lease, things like that. That's a different situation. If you have roommates and you have people in your house and you rent to people, you do a month-to-month lease, and you have them in there for that amount of time, and it ends in 30 days, and you write in the lease that they can be evicted for any reason, and they could be evicted for having people over, doing drugs, like stuff like that. And then you make them sign it. And then if they violate one of the terms, you can kick them out and early terminate the contract. So you want to make sure that you have a lease, you have it written up. You can go online, go on Google, you can type in a tenant lease, whatever, things like that. As long as you have that and you have their name, their information, you could go to court pretty easily and get them evicted. If not, you could have them leave even before that by saying they broke the terms of the lease, and having someone say if they were violent or had drugs or things like that, having the police department or sheriff's department kick them out. So that's preventative maintenance for a lease, and that was the question that came in. Okay. Now, if you didn't have a lease or someone made up a lease on you, there's a different story. Here's what I recommended as a creative way to solve that. Okay. All these people talk all the time in the news about, I had a squatter and they made up a lease and they said I signed it, they did all this stuff, and they opened up utilities. That's not me. Or that's not that, or whatever. I didn't do that, right? Okay. My idea is, it's not necessarily a legal one, but I call it fighting shady with shady. Okay. So if they have a made up lease and they have one that they use to obtain a lease in your house illegally, you make up a lease and you put your friend on it and say that he rents the house from you and have him start paying you. So then what you do is you have battling leases and you see what the crazy person who's squatting in your home wrote up for you. And then you predate that one with your lease from your friend. Now, these aren't legal ideas. You have to check with the consultant or the attorney. But I'm just throwing out there comical ideas that may solve your actual problem. Comical ideas that may solve your ideas. But it could very well work. Or in that case, you would ask that person to leave, and then you would say nicely, or you could report them for any number of law-breaking infractions and threaten that against them or whatever to break the lease early. And the way that we got them out, because they were kind of getting in a scuffle, and one of our friends was scraped or attacked from the scuffle, and that is assault, and that's a problem. And we use that to get the person evicted.
When do the hired goons come in?
We came after that. We came after that incident and made sure that the guy moved out peacefully with no further incident. So
was there a hired goon on your side?
We were hired movers.
Movers.
But we just looked big and intimidating. And
so goons, a.k.a. movers, a.k.a. muscle, a.k.a. hitman. cool how people get out of your place. So you could hire people on Craigslist, maybe.
Yeah, but we're gonna do a show about how to pick. We talked about a side hustle, renting a room, things like that, whatever.
Yes.
We're gonna do a show on how to actually pick the right person for living in your house and renting your house, things like that, and what steps you can go through to make sure that you don't have these things happen to you. So we'll do a whole thing on that. But thank you for the question. This is the wrong show to ask that question, but we'll answer it anyways on this show.
Yes.
Because if you say, can you tell us? I'll tell you serious stuff with Taylor, or horrible, horrible questions that came in when Taylor arrived at the studio today.
Yes.
Terrifying questions we didn't want to talk about.
Nope.
But we had some more, too. What else do we have this week?
I'm still saying one for next week.
Okay, yeah, one for next week.
Next week. But the other question I had this week, I think that's it. The question I had was the $30 for the movie thing.
That was last week.
That was last week?
Yeah.
That was last week, wasn't it? God, I am losing my crap today. No, today was Uber.
Yes, today was Uber.
What is wrong with me? I can't remember. No, I had no questions. Nothing else.
It was that damn Sears Roebuck, those kids shows.
Was it Ghost Rider? Was it one of those? Ghost Rider was one of those, or was?
Oh, I hated that show. It's so stupid.
So boring.
That was such a boring show.
It was only Carmen Sandiego, and yeah.
I only saw like one person ever win the whole thing on Carmen Sandiego. I never saw the.
Do you actually play the game on your computer?
No,
or Nintendo?
no.
You need to learn.
This is why I would get so mad. People always go, "Oh, remember Oregon Trail?" And they talk about it like fondly, like
dysentery. No, come on.
No, I don't remember Oregon Trail
dysentery.
because as soon as I died the first time, I would walk up and go do something fun because it's a stupid game for stupid people.
Nope. You get to be the banker.
Leave it in the comments below.
And you get to shoot bears. You get to press the space bar to shoot the bear. Then you shoot so much meat, and then it's so funny because you'd shoot all the animals, and they say you can only carry but too much meat back to your wagon. So you'd leave dead animals in your wake.
Were you playing the green one? The green computers? The green and black screen?
No, at our computer lab, we had green computers. Then we had one color one. If you were lucky, you got it first.
Because I played the green Oregon Trail where they would just describe to you what happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a text adventure. No. This actually had pictures, and actually, like, you had to move around the little man
I went to
with the arrows.
Very, very poor school for poor kids.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I did too, but apparently not.
What was your elementary school? Can you say it on live broadcast?
Patterson in Norwalk. Patterson Elementary.
Sounds very swank.
And swanky.
Sounds very nice.
It was next to Montgomery Ward. What does that mean?
Oh, that is pretty swanky. Montgomery Ward is so high class. Like when they were going out of business, they're like, "Oh, that's fine. We're done. We had a good run. We're good. We don't need to do this anymore."
Oh,
Montgomery Ward. I haven't heard that. Remember? You know what? You ever go to Huntington Beach, Bellaterra?
Yeah,
that's where Montgomery Ward used to be.
Really, that big?
Yeah, they used to do that shopping center over there.
Crap.
They used to build like the mall, the old '80s mall, '70s, whatever.
This is local talk. Sorry, guys.
Local talk. Or like you go by, like it's funny because like when I was younger, like the Buena Park Mall was like so run down and like desolate and such a bad mall that we were allowed to shop there because it was for poor people. But like now that it's like a thing and like it's all like done up, whatever, I go no, I don't accept this. I went
in there to go to Bed Bath and Beyond, and okay, the outside looks nice, but the inside it's all
80s,
trash. It's all trash.
It's still 80s. You mean the people or the stores?
Either or. Low column B.
Yeah.
It's just you go in there and it's desolate. It's like a ghost town in there, even on the weekends.
I just remember, like, in the 80s, like, square water fountains were real big. So they had this, like...
Is that the one where everybody pees and spits in?
They had this, like, square water fountain that was, like, a square, but it had, like, blue tiles on it, and the water would run down, and there'd be coins in it, and it'd be different levels. Like, everything in this, like,
water
80s,
fountain, like a water fountain to throw coins in, or to drink out of?
Like a coin fountain, or whatever.
Okay.
Like a waterfall, right?
Okay.
But it was, like, between the escalators, and it had the water flowing down, and everything in the 80s was real square and techno. Like, you know how Tron, like, looked? That's how they would design, like, waterfalls, like real block,
like Tetris pieces?
Like Cubert. Like it would be like Cubert, but with a waterfall, like on the back. My friend the other day, Mr. Higbutt.
Yes.
He said I played Cubert for 5 fucking minutes and it was the worst. It was the worst like game I've ever played in my life. I said this is stupid, and I thought that was so funny. I'm like, is that how, like when people pretend like they're for like a certain game or they like a certain game or like how cool and memorable it was? Nobody liked Cubert. Nobody. There's not one person that liked it.
Okay, everybody. Okay, everybody liked Cubert, the character, but not the game.
Yeah.
The game was horrible. The character was memorable. Not the because his little he would cuss. He would do like little word bubble with little wigglins, and he would cuss. He gets so pissed off. But that reminded me, Cubert reminded me of a game that was educational but fun. Number Munchers. You ever play that? Number Munchers is a 12 by 12 like a 6 like a 12 grid. Then you like answers is that eat all the prime numbers or eat all the odd numbers.
Have you ever went to the Catholic bookstore?
Why would I go there?
Did you ever go there?
No.
It's like
is it one on down Lincoln?
No, there's lots of them.
Okay.
There's lots of them, right? The Catholic bookstore.
Okay.
So like you go there, there's like it has Catholic themed stuff or whatever, right? Like rosaries or little Bible things for your first communion and things like that, or whatever, right? They actually had like a Bible themed like Nintendo game, and I just like looked at it in the back and it says like Jesus something or whatever. I go, nope, nope.
There was one Nintendo game called Noah's Ark, but it was like Doom, where it was a first person shooter, and you shot things like
You
goats.
murdered all the animals instead of actually saving them.
No one said it to be factual correctly, but one and there was it was part of a. There was another game where you had to answer trivia questions about the Bible in the game to get past it.
No.
Yes,
Look,
I say.
There's a lot of things
Wrong with the world.
Church can do, and there's a lot of things that I accept Jesus being on. Jesus fish, things like that. No video games. Please, no video games. Just stop it. Like if Jesus was ever uncool, or he's ever cool, he became uncool when they put him on a video game. Like, like when something was done.
So I played the Simpsons game on my channel, my other gaming channel, on my website. I do it back Wednesday. I went through the whole Simpsons game from the PS2 to 360.
We're going to accuse us of being heathens. We're not bad-mouthing Jesus. We're bad-mouthing his product places on games.
But at the end of the Simpsons game, you had to play DDR against God.
Oh, I heard about that thing before.
Yeah, it was, and you had to play it. You had to play, and then like you were Bart or Lisa, and you were Bart facing and there were like people walking towards you. You had to hit the button to coordinate, and then in the background you see like the Jesus dancing, like you see his feet like dancing, like hitting the buttons, and it like every level was like an Xbox, a Wii, and a Xbox 360, a PS3, and like a Wii. Those are the three consoles that were like the levels that you were at. Keep it in the mic, sorry, probably getting weird noise. But yeah, it took me an hour and a half to beat that level. It was so fucking frustrating. But yeah, I went to bed like at 2 a.m. that morning.
Jesus talking like 2 cuss words on this show, 3, maybe 4. But
it's a good balance. It's okay.
This isn't a heathen show. It isn't a Christian show.
That's our Thursday show.
Somewhere in between.
Somewhere
in between that stuff. But we're good people, we swear.
Not we swear like cuss. We swear. Oh,
yes.
We swear. But I guess wordplay. All right. On that note, on the we heathens are not. I am that.
Well, I thought for a second I thought you said on we heathens, like it was a Wii game, like on we.
On we heathens.
Yeah, we heathens. Like that's a cool game.
We heathens. On that note, we the non-heathens bid you adieu and thank you for watching our We Tell You on this Friday. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment all about heathenism and Uber and video games and Jesus and Bibles and all the good stuff right down below in the comments, or email us for questions, and be here next week for our hard-hitting question where I make Joe very uncomfortable because
he's got questions.
I do have a question. I think I have a question that will make Joe uncomfortable.
Yeah, what does it be?
What's it be?
The question earlier.
The question that was asked to me, I'm asked to Joe, and I'm gonna have him explain it to you like he was 5, like on Reddit. On that note, you have good night, good day, and hello, goodbye.
Goodbye.